Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim, bringing you guys daily deals with Tim. I talk about the latest news and deals on cryptocurrency, all for you guys. And before I begin, this is my personal opinion and not financial advice. Now today, I want to go on this news article on Tom Lee, a big Bitcoin advocate, and he says he's pleasantly surprised by the recent stability of Bitcoin. Now, when you hear the word Bitcoin and when you hear the word Bitcoin, stability is not the first thing that pops up to your mind. When you think of Bitcoin, you think of that high volatility. You don't know where it's going to go. Might drop 20% tomorrow, might go up 50% tomorrow. No one knows. But the interesting thing is that currently, Bitcoin is relatively stable. So you have to, it's not a hard evidence, but it gives you a hint. It gives you that you can make educated guesses. When Bitcoin becomes stable, it's either good. I feel like it's a good sign for a lot of the people interested in it, because when Bitcoin is stable, a lot of people are bored. It's a dry season. There's not much happening. It's kind of balanced buyers and sellers. So it's kind of, to make an analogy, it's loading back its spring. And once you load back the spring so much, then when you let go, it is so much more powerful. That spring pops out. Now, I'm not saying that Bitcoin is going to go to 50,000 by the end of the year. There's some people who think that way. I know that some other people, I think a guy from CNBC said that it's not going to happen. But whatever that might be, that spring could go either direction. At least for me, I'm making an educated guess that the spring is actually going to head downwards first. That even though the $6,000 seems like a good stable point, believe that once the buyers are wiped out, there's only sellers left, that's going to head downwards explosively. And once it hits a certain limit, then it gives the FOMO back into the people, saying, man, Bitcoin is too cheap. I can't miss out on this right now. Then it's going to head back up and start the bull run again. That's simply my educated guess. Looking at the previous pattern of Bitcoin, and also I listen to Tone Vays sometimes, and he thinks that markets bottom out two ways. Either the price is stable and boring for a long period of time, or there's a capitulation, a panic sell, followed by a somewhat of a bull run, or leading up to a bull run. So let's get back into the topic. Tom Lee, he's the Fundstrat Global Advisors Bitcoin analyst, and he's pleasantly surprised by the recent stability of Bitcoin. He says that the Bitcoin volatility should be much higher based on how small Bitcoin is in terms of market cap. And some people asked him if this period of stability is a good point to get in. And Lee answered that Bitcoin seemed to find its floor at $6,000. So with all these major kind of crypto celebrities and analysts, you want to hear them with a grain of salt. Because whatever they say, it might not be the best advice to follow. Now, I literally have nothing to gain from telling you guys what my opinion is, because I'm hodling for the long run, so I'm with you guys. So whatever I say, I guess you could take it with a grain of salt too, but it's simply my opinion. I'm not saying that you guys have to buy in right now, pump it up, and I'm gonna dump it. You guys know me. I've been here for a while. I'm simply stating my opinion, and it's truly how I think about this space. But Lee is claiming that the Bitcoin could end the year explosively higher, and I agree with that. I mean, last year, the Bitcoin price was already skyrocketed to 20,000, and there was very little room to grow, maybe a couple $100 more. But this year, it's actually the opposite way, where it's skyrocketed down. So there is a lot of room to grow, even back to its previous all-time high and higher than that. But will it happen the end of this year? I'm guessing not. Maybe as a minor growth, but I still think there's a little bit more room to head downwards. And that might be somewhat of a misfortune for a lot of people hodling in right now, including myself. But I'm in for the long term. And I believe that Bitcoin has so much more potential and room to grow. And as a quote-unquote stable currency and an alternative currency that is not backed by anything but simply the cryptography and hundreds of programmers coming to improve this currency, I still see so much value in this right now. And as for statistics, according to the Fundstrat survey, 54% of the institutional players think the Bitcoin price has already bottomed. Now, I like to think the opposite of what a majority thinks. So I actually think it hasn't bottomed yet. I think it has a little bit more to go, but that's simply my opinion. I would like to see the capitulation happen before the bull run heads back. And now, looking at the chart of Bitcoin, as you see, it's actually looking pretty nice, at least for me. Because as you see this bottom out, it's making this of a bit more stable, dry, and boring season, as I explained before. And if you guys are interested in getting into Bitcoin, please don't make a rash decision. Think about it. Think about your financial situation, as cryptocurrency can be a big part of your life. But if you invest into it like a lottery ticket, it's not going to end well. You're not going to spend all your money on this and hoping that it's going to go up in the next month. No, please don't do that. Well, at least that is my opinion and my advice for you guys. Don't get in this so rash and irrational. But at least for me, what I do is I financially plan what I need and what I want. And cryptocurrency would be in the pile of what I want. That it's some sort of an investment, but I'm not going to put everything that I have into it. I'm going to portion of small portions and dollar cost average into it. Basically, pick a period, either monthly, weekly, semi-monthly, semi-weekly, maybe every other day or something like that, if you're crazy. But pick a date and the same amount every time, but not any crazy amount. Maybe 5%, 10% of what I make, or just whatever that is comfortable for you. And I stick with that. And especially during these boring times, I believe these are a bit better times than when it's in a bull run. Because when it's on a bull run, like what happened the last year, there's more room to go down than up. So when it's still continuing to head down, believe that's especially a good time to dollar cost average in. That's simply my opinion. At least for me, I'm still waiting a bit because I have other financial duties, but I'm definitely more interested in it now that it's heading to a season of dry and boringness. But I still think there's a lot more room to grow, and I'm excited for this space to continue on. And I'm not only Bitcoin, but I'm seeing a lot of other projects continue to build during this season of dryness. So that's just a perfect time for me to continue to cover these news and deals across the cryptocurrency space. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this kind of content, click on the links below and I'll really appreciate that. And as always, I'll bring you guys more deals on Daily Deals with Tim.